A crisis continues in Rotterdam, getting attention from town leaders and county legislators. With nearly 200 migrants now calling a hotel in the town home, CBS 6 looks at the resources being made available to them and the growing push from lawmakers to address the situation.
I'm Kelly Gaskins in Washington. Coming up, violent crime rates well above their pre-pandemic levels nationally. Hear from some big city residents on how these crime rates are impacting them.
Plus, self-driving cars could be the future of American highways. Wheels are already turning on the technology, leading to some unexplained accidents. Spotlight on America investigates the growing concerns.
CBS 6 News starts now with breaking news.
First, we are tracking a breaking news situation live at the scene of a crash on Route 7, Troy-Schenectady Road. This is right by the Bellevue Women's Center in Niskayuna.
It looks fairly serious. We're working on getting you details. We can tell you we did see a medical chopper there earlier. Traffic is being detoured around the area right now, so you should seek alternate routes if possible if you're going anywhere near there. We'll keep you updated on anything we do learn on air and online. Well, right now at 5, we can really hardly catch a break. More rain soaks the capital region. You can see it in a couple of the boxes right there.
Yeah, the CBS 6 Weather Authority team is tracking what communities are being hit the hardest. They're live and in studio for us tonight. We begin, though, with Chief Meteorologist Steve LaPointe. Steve.
All right, thanks, Amani and Greg. Right now,
we do have some pretty remarkable video for you right here from Rensselaer County. Take a look. A lot of flooding going on right there, Amani.
Yeah, a county spokesperson says the flood damage that you see along Garfield Road in Stephentown is the result of a breached beaver dam. The road, which is County Route 26, is closed beginning at the Gentile Road intersection. We'll keep you updated as things develop.
And don't forget, you can download the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app and get your forecast on the go, interactive radar, and a whole lot more at your fingertips. You find that in your app store by searching WRGB. You can also use your phone's camera to scan the QR code that's right there on your screen, and that takes you right to it as well. All right, now to Rotterdam, where a special town board meeting will take place in just a few hours to address the recent influx of asylum seekers at the Super 8 Hotel right at the Rotterdam border.
Yeah, we've been covering this all week long. 6 days after the hotel kicked out guests to make room for several buses full of migrants from New York City, the Schenectady County Sheriff's Office is now stepping in to help. The sheriff says they're working to ensure the safety of the community. We reached out to the sheriff's office to find out what that help would consist of. We called, left voicemails, and stopped by in person, but have not yet heard back. We're also waiting to hear from Chair of the County Legislator, Anthony Jasinski. He penned his own letter to New York's Attorney General calling for an investigation into the hotel. We'll update you when we hear back. The Rotterdam Town Board's meeting is tonight at 7 at Town Hall to discuss the hotel situation. At the same time, the Schenectady County Legislature will hold a special session with the goal of directing the county manager to issue an emergency order preventing any future asylum seekers from being housed there.
A key role in the migrant crisis, taking in asylum seekers sent by states along the southern border and in turn sending some of those migrants to other communities.
Hundreds of asylum seekers have arrived in the capital region since May. The recent group in Rotterdam is the latest but might not be the last. New York Mayor Eric Adams says the situation is being handled for now, but says it's not sustainable.
And it's not only that we're dealing with the over 90,000 that have arrived in the city, but we're still getting about 2,500 a week. And so it's not like, okay, let's deal with this number and then, okay, we can say, okay, we're finished. No, it's just continuing. So the system must change, and our goal is to place people in the right setting, but this is not sustainable, and we have to be honest about that.
Some capital region counties have enacted states of emergency to better respond to the influx of migrants in their communities. Others, like Rensselaer County, attempting to ban the city from sending asylum seekers there, prompting a lawsuit from Mayor Adams' administration. And you can get all of the day's top stories, breaking news, and more by downloading the CBS 6 News mobile app. It's available for free on the Apple App Store and on Google Play.
That has many residents fed up.
It's not just violent acts who may be behind a costly trend that has criminals targeting retailers.
Also tonight at 6, he's been out of office for nearly 2 years, but Andrew Cuomo's campaign is still spending money. Why you could end up paying for it.
One person is dead following a weekend shooting in Albany.
This happened Saturday near Morton and Elizabeth Avenues. You can see here on our map, it's in Albany's south end. Police tell us the shooting was reported around 7:15 Saturday night. That's where they found Naheem Burbridge shot. He was taken to Albany Medical Center, and that's where he died. No word yet on any suspects right now. The investigation is, of course, ongoing. CBS 6 has been committed to covering violent crime in Albany at a time when crime in American cities all over is on the rise.
National correspondent Kayla Gaskins reports from Capitol Hill. It's more than just violence plaguing communities.
All right, thank you, Stephen. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but our brand new CBS 6 weeknight anchor is sitting right next to me, Imani Payne. Yes. Imani, welcome to the Capital Region.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
How's it going so far?
It's been good. I was telling everyone earlier, everyone's been so nice and welcoming, even around town, so I'm glad to be here.
You're not going to say, well, it's kind of a letdown, I'm sure, right? But I know
but it really hasn't been.
I know you've been having
wonderful.
fun. And every time I talk to you, you have such a great spirit about you. You seem so happy to be here, so that's wonderful.
I am, yes.
Now, it's been about just over 15 minutes for us. Would you say I'm your favorite anchor you ever worked with?
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble.
I'm just joshing, but we are so happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
You'll be here at 5 and 5:30 every night of the week, right?
Yep, and I'm coming back tomorrow, so that's a good sign.
If that happens, you know it's all working out.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Imani. Coming up in sports, a struggling Yankee finally ends a nearly 50-game streak without a home run.
Plus, some big names make their way into Cooperstown. The details on their successful careers.
And flooding in the North Country has one couple really at their wits' end now. They've been left stranded by washed-out roadways and promised a solution for years. We'll tell you their story new at 6 and find out what's taking so long.
And now, CBS 6 Sports, sponsored by your local upstate Chevy dealers.
Yankees first baseman Anthony Rizzo finally ending a streak of 45 games played without a home run.
Yankee fans excited about that. In the game versus the Royals at home yesterday, Rizzo ended his 45-game streak without a home run. He was even given the silent treatment from his teammates in the dugout. You'll see it here in a second. It was his first home run since May 20th. He went 4 for 4 against Kansas City yesterday as the Yankees swept the Royals in a 3-game series. All right, I guess we're not going to see the silent treatment, but trust me, they all turned their backs on him, and it was kind of fun. All right, some big names in baseball history making their way into the Hall of Fame over the weekend.
Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland accepted their official Hall of Fame plaques and gave acceptance speeches in Cooperstown. Fred McGriff was known as Crime Dog, hitting 493 home runs in his career, and he helped the Braves win the 1995 World Series. Scott Rowland finally made the Hall of Fame in his 6th attempt. Rowland hit 316 homers in his career and was a part of the Cardinals' 2006 World Series win. Well, Brian Harmon winning the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's the first major victory of Harmon's career. He won by 6 strokes, pretty easy, in a rout over some of the biggest names in golf, including John Rahm and Rory McIlroy. Harmon says the victory didn't come easy.
I haven't historically done very good in the rain. It's just always bugged me. So I was really proud of the way that I struck the ball in the rain today. There were fleeting thoughts throughout the day, but I told myself I wasn't going to let any of that come into my brain. So anytime that it came, I just thought of something else. And I really honestly didn't think about winning until I had the ball in the green on 18.
Yeah, he was in control all the way. According to CBS Sports, Harmon's accomplishments heading into the British Open included 51 top 10 finishes and 340 PGA Tour starts and 12 straight FedEx Cup playoff appearances. Well, tonight, Assembly Member Angela Santa Barbara is partnering with the Amsterdam Mohawks baseball team to host their annual Autism Night.
It kicks off at 6:35 at Shuttleworth Park in Amsterdam. Players will welcome those impacted by autism and their families at no cost. This event is in honor of Assemblyman Santa Barbara's initiative to pass bills that improve employment, housing, and access to technology for those with autism. General admission is $5. Great event.
It is a great event. They keep the noise down, and it's catered especially to those with those special needs. So it's a wonderful event, and that's a great place to watch a ball game there in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, tonight at 5:30, Spotlight investigates unexplained accidents involving cars with self-driving technology.
Wait until you hear what some drivers admit to doing while behind the wheel before finding themselves involved in crashes.
A new warning about a looming child care crisis that could impact many families watching right now. I'm Angela Brown in Washington, D.C. The funding that is going away that experts say could close thousands of child care centers.
news starts now.
First at 5:30, the CBS 6 Weather Authority team had been tracking downpours, but it looks like we may be out of the woods.
Yes, thankfully. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Steve LaPointe. Steve, how are things looking out there right now?
All right, Imani and Greg. Yeah, at the moment, things.
Former Nexium cult founder and leader Keith Raniere is asking for a retrial, but a U.S. attorney is asking the court to shut down that motion.
Raniere is claiming that the government manufactured child porn and planted it on his computer. The U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York is asking the court to deny his bid, saying that the motion is untimely and meritless. Raniere was sentenced to 120 years back in 2020 for his crimes, including sex trafficking. Other members of Nexium, headquartered right here in the Capital Region, served prison time, including Smallville actress Allison Mack.
Yeah, Mack was a high-ranking member of that group. She was released from prison this month after serving 2 years of a 3-year sentence. Amtrak services from the Adirondack line north from Albany, Rensselaer, and to Saratoga are back open as of today, but service to Montreal, that remains suspended until mid-September. The partial restoration of the service comes after Amtrak was forced to cancel services north of Rensselaer earlier this summer due to high temperatures in Canada. High temperatures can make the steel tracks structurally unsound. Assemblyman Angela Santa Barbara sent another letter to Amtrak CEO saying this recent action falls short and hopes to see the trains operate at least all the way to Plattsburgh.
Tonight, D.C. lawmakers are warning of a looming child care crisis, but there's debate about how to solve it. Angela Brown with the National Desk has been covering the issue and explains how it impacts pandemic funding for child care ending.
Investigators today searching the home of suspected serial killer Rex Heuermann in Massapequa Park on Long Island. He's
charged with killing at least 3 women and is suspected in the death of a 4th. He's pleaded not guilty. New York State troopers have been combing through his home for clues since his arrest more than a week ago. Authorities say they could be at it for as long as a week. Law enforcement says they're also looking into properties he owns in South Carolina and Nevada.
Well, the future of America's roadways could rely on self-driving cars.
But the current state of that technology is raising some serious concerns because of crashes. Spotlight investigates next.
And the perfect summer day does not have to break the bank. Consumer Reports looks at the essentials you're going to want to have on hand.
And Twitter is no more. Well, in name, that is. What we know about the latest rebranding move by Elon Musk.
So welcome to some interesting weather, right?
Yes.
It's always something here, right? The idea of cars driving themselves is appealing to some and terrifying to others.
That technology still has a long way to go, but different forms of automatic driving assistance are being used on the roads every day, and it's leading to growing concern over unexplained accidents.
Spotlight on America correspondent Angie Moreski investigates. And coming up all new at 6 tonight here on CBS 6, a story of heartbreak and frustration.
Recent severe weather tearing across New York State has a North Country couple saying enough is enough.
We've lost 3 of them, and we can still see them wandering in the fields and walking the roads, and we can't move.
A family looking for help after flooding continues to wash out their street and cause serious damage to their home. We set out to find out why it's taken years to get a new bridge built that could help solve the problem. Welcome back. A summer day in the water can go from fun to fabulous with just a little bit of planning.
That sounds pretty good. In tonight's Consumer Report, CBS 6 morning anchor Julia Dunn has some of the top tested summer essentials you don't want to miss out on. Hard to believe it's gone.
Yeah.
And hard to believe your first day is in the books.
I know.
Well done. Nice job.
Time flies when you're having fun,
there you
right?
go. We'll see you again tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll be back.
Excellent.
All right, well, still to come tonight. With nearly 200 migrants now calling a hotel in Rotterdam home, CBS 6 looks at the resources being made available to them and the growing push from lawmakers to address the situation.